Happy New Year, and thanks for joining me, your sports pilot James Florian, on another exciting episode of Sport Vibe on DNTWOK, where we bring you exciting and latest sport happenings every Tuesday. This week won't be an exception, so I would encourage you to please stay tuned because we'll be right back shortly after this break. Welcome back, and starting from the world of tennis, an exciting one for the fans of Rafael Nadal, as Rafael Nadal is back for the first time in the competitive appearances in Brisbane as he prepares for the Australian Open in the year 2024. He's back on the court of play after almost 12 months of being absent in the world of tennis. Rafael Nadal is back and is ready to participate in the Australian Open that will be taking place this year. Quite an interesting one for him. He has not ruled out the fact that he might be extending his stay in the world of tennis beyond the year 2024. Let's see if he will be able to make the year 2024 that we are in an incredible one for himself in the world of tennis. And quickly, let's go down to the world of football, where we'll bring you an exciting one for Africans and the black race, as Sam Allison becomes the first black man to officiate in the Premier League since the year 2008. Is an interesting one for him as he officiated the match between Sheffield United and Luton Town, where Luton defeated Sheffield United in that particular match, if you remember. And still in the world of football, another quick update talking about Hugo Lloris, the France keeper, has now signed for MLS team Los Angeles FC after spending 11 years in Tottenham. You remember he made over 400 appearances for them in Tottenham and kept over 100 clean sheets for them in Tottenham. And after 11 years, he has decided to join them in the United States of America in the MLS League, where we know that Lionel Messi is playing and Luis Suarez will be joining that league this January. It's an interesting one for Hugo Lloris. We wish him the best in the world of football as he explores another country, the United States of America. And quite an interesting one again in the world of football. You take nothing away from the 38 years old man. We'll talk about one of the greatest players of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, becoming the highest goal scorer in the calendar year for the just concluded year 2023. Ronaldo was able to score 54 goals in the calendar year 2023, beating Kylian Mbappe, beating Harry Kane and Erling Haaland, as he won the IFFHS for the 5th time in history of his career. You remember that Cristiano Ronaldo was able to win that particular award in the year 2011. He won it in the year 2013, 2014 and 2015, and now he has done that again in the year 2023 to become the first man to win the award 5 times. You will remember that the year 2012 was an incredible one for Lionel Messi, as he was able to score 91 goals in a calendar year in the year 2012, and now he remains the only player to have scored 91 goals in a calendar year in the world of football. Will Erling Haaland be able to break this record in the year 2024 as we step in of Kylian Mbappe, or probably Harry Kane surpass the record that Lionel Messi have, or probably win the next highest goal scorer in the year 2024? Let's keep our fingers crossed. The year is just getting starting and we have so many football, we have so many sports to enjoy in the year 2024. And quickly, as we cap all the year 2023, you will remember that Manchester City were unbeaten at the Etihad Stadium for the whole year 2023. They were unbeaten at home in every competition. Manchester City that were able to win 5 trophies in the year 2023 alone. Like I said last week, they were able to win the Premier League. If you remember, they were able to win the FA Cup, they were able to win the Champions League, the Super Cup, and the Club World Cup. They remain unbeaten at the Etihad Stadium at the end of the year 2023. Their win against Sheffield United assured that the record is kept on track, and now let's see if they will be able to continue with that same form in the year 2024. Arsenal continues to drop points as Manchester United lose to Nottingham Forest. This and more we'll be discussing when we are right back from this break. Welcome back. You remember last week we broke the news that Espirito Santos was appointed as the new manager of Nottingham Forest, and he was able to get his first win as the manager of Nottingham Forest against Newcastle on the Boxing Day, where we saw Wood scoring an hat-trick and the match ended 3-1 in favor of Nottingham Forest. Espirito Santos getting his first win as the manager of Nottingham Forest didn't just ended Espirito Santos, also ensured that Nottingham Forest defeated Manchester United for the first time in 29 years. We were able to see off Manchester United at the Garden City after the match ended 2-1 in favor of Nottingham Forest. What is Espirito Santos cooking with Nottingham Forest? And if you remember the years of Espirito Santos with Wolverhampton, Manchester United find it difficult to win this man as a Wolverhampton manager, and now as a manager of Nottingham Forest, he's doing well, getting 2 wins in 3 Premier League appearances with Nottingham Forest. Let's see if we'll be able to do well and surpass his predecessor when we talk about Steve Cooper. And also in the Premier League, you remember that Arsenal were at the top of the Premier League table on Christmas Day, but on the New Year Day, Arsenal are nowhere to be found as Liverpool tops the Premier League table. You remember that Arsenal were defeated by West Ham 2-0, and also Arsenal dropped points to Fulham 2-1 on the 31st of December 2023, and as such Liverpool are at the top of the Premier League on the New Year Day, followed by Aston Villa. Manchester City occupies the 3rd position in the Premier League with the game at hand, the same points with Arsenal, 40 points apiece, and Arsenal are the 4th position in the Premier League. The Lion has fallen again, and if you ask me, they are bottling the league again, and let's see if Liverpool will be able to do us favor of football lovers and see of Manchester City not winning the Premier League this season. And quickly, another interesting one as we talk about the African Cup of Nations that will be starting January 13 and will be ending February 11, 2024. African players are expected to fly back to their various countries to represent the flag of their countries, as we'll be seeing Mohamed Salah, will be seeing the likes of Onana representing Cameroon. You remember there's been sort of argument, will he be representing Cameroon after the fight between him and the Cameroon team in the World Cup, and now he has been called to represent his country and will be flying to Cameroon to represent them. This will be another devastating one for Manchester United. We'll be seeing Victor Osimhen traveling down to Nigeria from Napoli to represent the country, and this is how Nigeria's 25-man squad look like. What is the thing you think should be done to this team? Who are the players that you think should be on the list for Nigeria as they will be participating in the African Cup of Nations? Do you think Nigeria will be able to win this African Cup of Nations? You remember they are in the same group with the host Ivory Coast, and let's see if Nigeria will be crowned the champion of Africa with the help of Victor Osimhen and Victor Boniface. If you ask me, I think Gift hope we should be part of that provisional list that will be going to the African Cup of Nations. And also we boil down back to Europe and we talk about Manchester United. Manchester United fans will be hoping that the season is ending already. You remember last season Manchester United lost only 9 matches in the Premier League, and this season alone, at half of the season, after playing just 20 matches, they have lost the same number of matches that they lost in the year 2022-2023 season. In the Premier League, they have lost 9 games. In fact, Manchester United has lost 14 games out of the 28 games that they have played this season. What is the problem with Manchester United? We're talking more on the African Cup of Nations on Sport Vibe on DNTWOK next week. So I would implore you to stay tuned and join us next week, as this is the length at which we'll be going on this week's episode of Sport Vibe on DNTWOK. Happy New Year again, and I pray this year brings us good fortune. Stay safe and remain blessed. Thank you.